Contact microphones, commonly called contact mics or piezo microphones, are a cool and unique type of microphone used to capture sound vibrations directly from solid surfaces. Unlike traditional microphones capturing sound waves from the air, contact mics detect mechanical vibrations through physical contact with an object, such as a table, wall, metallic boards, or even a musical instrument's body. This enables them to pick up sounds that would otherwise be hard or impossible to get with normal microphones. And the most important, they've been crucial in the development of electronic music, having been widely used in experimental sound and noise music. Let's find out more about this amazing kind of microphone, how it was invented, the technology and the musical culture around it. The invention of the contact mic is related to the discovery of the piezoelectricity by the Curie brothers in 1880. During various experiments, they found changes in the body charge of different crystals: tourmaline, quartz, topaz, cane sugar, and rochelle salt, when they were in contact to a mechanical strain. This phenomenon was named piezoelectricity, from the Greek word piezein, meaning push or squeeze. During World War II, this technology found extensive use in military applications. The most popular were the sonar systems, using piezoelectric materials to generate and receive underwater sound waves, one of the most significant military developments based on this technology. These early applications demonstrated the practical utility of piezoelectric technology to capture vibrations and convert them into electrical signals. But in 1917, Paul Langevin, the French researcher, was the first person to use piezoelectric crystals to detect sound. This sound capturing device was used as an ultrasonic submarine detector by calculating the time that it was taking for the signals to travel from the microphone to the submarine and come back. Isn't that cool? But let's explain a little bit more about how contact microphones work. The most important part of a contact mic is the piezo disc. This element is usually a small surface composed of specific materials like quartz, ceramic, or piezo elements. These materials have the property to generate an electric charge when subjected to the mechanical touch or pressure. The piezo disc has a positive value and the metallic disc a negative one. The vibrations make the piezoelectric element to deform slightly, and this leads to generate an electric current across the material. This current is directly proportional to the intensity of the mechanical movement. As the object keeps vibrating, the piezoelectric element reacts accordingly, generating a continuous electrical signal, and this signal is finally translated into sound waves by the speaker. After the war, musicians and sound engineers began to explore the use of piezoelectric devices to capture different sounds from musical instruments and various objects. In the 1940s and 50s, the first contact microphones specifically designed for musical purposes were commercialized, often used to amplify acoustic instruments and to experiment with soundscapes. They had an important role in the growth of electronic music, and they were widely used in the experimental music movement of the 50s. These new artists used the contact mics for being devices that capture raw vibrations and allowed the listener to experience fully immersive sounds. It's almost like being inside of an object. One of the first artists to use piezo microphones was John Cage. His project Cartridge Music is a groundbreaking and influential composition that exemplifies the composer's innovative approach to music and unconventional sound creations. He was a pioneer using extreme amplification as an artistic practice. This piece was composed in 1960 and represents one of the early works in Cage's career when he was experimenting with randomness and chance operations in music. Cage's incorporation of randomness in Cartridge music was influenced by his interest in Eastern philosophy, more in particular Zen Buddhism. He removed his own artistic intentions and allowed probability to take control of the creative process. This approach implemented traditional notions of composer authority and the hierarchical relationship between composer and player. Cartridge music is scored for any number of performers, and the use of ceramic phonograph cartridges is needed. Cage's fascination with incorporating everyday objects into music led him to explore the sonic potential of these kinds of devices as musical instruments. The performers prepared the vinyl needles with various objects, such as cables, stones, screws, small pieces of metal, or any other items that could be inserted into the cartridge. These objects interact with the vinyl records played on the turntable, generating a wide source of sounds and textures. In the 1960s, David Tudor, a good friend of John Cage, developed this kind of techniques using vinyl needles to amplify piano sounds in his work Music for Amplified Toy Pianos. And Variations 2, where he experimented with this kind of setup. But his masterpiece arrived later, with Rainforest. Rainforest were an innovative series of interactive sound installations. These sound installations led participants to engage with a collection of sound objects, transforming them into unique sound-producing instruments. Tudor's Rainforest installations are considered very important contributions to the development of the interactive and environmental sound art. The first version of Rainforest was presented in 1968 at the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. Tudor, with a group of friends, including the artist and composer Gordon Moma, created the installation with a focus on the interaction between sound, space, and audience performance. The installation was formed of a collection of everyday objects, such as metal plates, springs, plastic, and scrap material. Each object had contact microphones, which captured vibrations and transformed them into electrical signals. These signals were then sent to a sound mixer and arranged through speakers located strategically around the installation space. Over the years, Rainforest evolved into multiple versions, each adapted to different venues and galleries. David Tudor collaborated with many artists and musicians to bring different versions of Rainforest to museums and venues around the world. Later on, in the 70s, other artists like Richard Lerman or Stockhausen experimented with piezoelectronic to compose sounds. Let's see now a selection of more contemporary sound artists and their contact microphone jams. I have used myself contact mics to experiment in various ways. You might have seen them on my Instagram profile. Please do follow me if you haven't yet. So this was an overall view about contact microphones. Now tell me your opinion. What do you think about them? How do you use them? Do you think they're relevant in electronic music? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content. See you next time!